Let me describe something you may not recognize. Your organization is not failing. Revenue is steady, strategy is thoughtful, leadership is intelligent. And yet initiatives feel heavier than they used to. Execution requires more follow-up. Leaders leave meetings aligned, but execution still varies by department. Middle managers feel caught between interpretations, and nothing is collapsing, but something feels thinner. That thinning is not cultural, it's structural. Most legacy damage doesn't begin with crisis. It begins when decision coherence quietly weakens at the top. Here's what that looks like. One executive optimizes for growth, another protects margin, another protects risk, another protects loyalty. All rational. But if authority boundaries and sequencing aren't explicit, execution fragments. People don't rebel, they hesitate. And hesitation is expensive. When hesitation compounds, performance plateaus. And when performance plateaus, pressure increases. When pressure increases, leaders push harder instead of clarifying structure. Effort increases. Architecture remains misaligned, and that's the quiet erosion. Imagine a regional institution that just completed an acquisition. Publicly, it's framed as a strategic partnership. Internally, one CEO retains full authority. The other shifts roles. Board structure is consolidated. Employees are told everything is stable. But clarity around who decides what must be escalated, what changed in authority, and what didn't, is not explicitly recalibrated. No one fights, no one panics, but middle managers begin translating instead of executing. Initiatives stall subtly. Loyalty divides quietly. Turnover increases gradually. By the time performance metrics show strain, the structural misalignment has already matured. That is when repair becomes expensive. So, what the 30-day Executive Legacy Protection Audit does, this is not a culture survey. It is not strategy consulting. It is a structural examination of how your legacy is being protected by your decision architecture. So in week 1, executive signal and reviews, we trace how major decisions actually move. In week 2, it's decision flow mapping. We identify where sequencing breaks down. In week 3, it's a translation audit. We surface where interpretation diverges 2 layers down. Week 4, legacy protection brief. You receive authority boundary clarifications, governance sequencing adjustments, friction zones, and a 90-day stabilization priorities. This is about protection because once erosion becomes visible in revenue or retention, you are already reacting. If your organization feels heavier than it should, if alignment sounds clear but feels inconsistent, if execution requires more force than it once did, do not assume it's a people issue. Audit your decision architecture. I run a limited number of 30-day executive legacy protection audits each quarter. If you're serious about protecting what you've built before it fractures, reach out.